Hey guys, Nate and Scott here from PlayYourCourt.com, and today we're going to show you how to deal with your nerves while on the tennis court. So today we're talking about those pesky nerves that creep in during match play and those big points. And no matter what skill level you are, you're going to deal with nervousness at some point. Regardless of the skill level, we all get nervous. The pro players do too. In fact, they'd be more concerned if they were competing without nerves.
Yeah, guys, nervousness is an emotion. It's no different than being happy. I can't tell you, hey, don't feel sad. That's an emotion. That's how you feel. So we're not going to get rid of nerves completely. The pro players don't either. They've just learned how to cope with them. So what we're going to talk about first is, what do nerves actually do to your body? The very first thing for me personally, when I get out on the court and I'm starting to feel nervous, my feet lock up. So all of a sudden I'm having a hard time getting moving. I start making some mistakes, I get more nervous, that tightness transitions up into my arms and into my hands, and all of a sudden I'm not moving my feet and I'm swinging like a little T-Rex because my arms are so tight. So we're going to talk about 4 steps you can use to relieve your nerves on the tennis court. And again, not necessarily eliminate the nerves, but just make sure they're not wrecking your game. So step 1, we just talked about my feet being frozen. Step 1, we're going to think about moving our feet. This is good for a couple reasons. 1, it takes your mind away from being nervous and puts your focus on something productive, which is moving your feet.
Happy feet, guys. Got to keep your feet moving. All right, number 2, let's talk about breathing, right? Scott, when he got back from college, had this obnoxious way of breathing. It was like he was blowing up in a hot air balloon. But it was a method to keep him loose through the ground strokes, the volleys. Sir, would you say you were breathing on all the strokes?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an exhale on every ball I hit.
Right. So kind of the idea, it's the same way in yoga that we're using our breath to lengthen muscles. We don't want contraction per se. All right. And one of the tools that we're seeing a lot from the Spaniards now are really heavy with what sound like vowels, specifically the I. Right? Precisely. Think David Ferrer. This technique is used to lengthen the breath. We want a long breath. This isn't, don't think necessarily karate, right? Where it's like a yeah, right? Because that's exertion. What we want is a long breath, right? So like the I, right? It's a long breath. I get it.
Or on the girls' side.
So it's at some point it could get obnoxious, and you may not want to go on the court with these really loud noises, but make sure that you're breathing, right? So another one that you can do is simply use pursed lips when you breathe. So Roger uses this. You obviously can't hear him. The guy sounds like he's not doing anything. He's certainly not sweating. All right, so from this breath, I think this will really help you relax. And Scott's going to talk to us a little bit about step 3, which is
relaxing your hands.
Yeah.
So as I talked about, some of the symptoms of being nervous, our feet freeze up, it moves up into our hands, we start to death grip the racket, and you start to see my arms fold up like a lawn chair. I start to look like a little Tyrannosaurus Rex walking around. So to relieve nerves, a lot of it can start in the hands. If I relax my hand, then all of a sudden I can relax my shoulders and my arms, and everything just starts to loosen back up where I can finally start swinging through the ball again. I know when I get nervous personally, I start to poke at the ball, and that follow through just doesn't come at the end of my stroke, and it's all because my hands are tightening up.
Scott, growing up, did you have your coaches tell you to shake your hands out while you were playing?
Yeah, so relaxing my hands was always a huge thing for me. I'll actually tell you, for me in juniors, in the 14s, I went through a full 1.5 year long period where every single tournament I played in, my backhand would tension up, and I couldn't relax my hands, and I couldn't follow through, and it would just look like this very strained motion. And I dropped from about 8 in the Mid-Atlantic all the way down out of the top 100, and it was just all from nervousness, and I just didn't have a good technique. Finally, I got with the right coach, taught me to relax my hands. That backhand came back into my tournaments, got back to where I needed to be. So relaxing your hands is a huge part of relieving nerves.
In between points, guys, get that racket out of your dominant hand, okay? Shake your hands out. Returning serve, open your plane, your dominant hand up, right? Just like Scott said, to relax the hand. So let's move on to step 4, all right? There's something called paralysis by analysis. Sounds fancy, but it is dreadful. And what this is you're taking all the information from your lessons, and you're putting them into your matches. We can't think about technique while we're competing, hence the paralysis by analysis. The only thing that we can really focus on is the sending and the receiving of the ball. When our instincts take over, we're timing the ball out. And specifically from the stroke itself, we should be thinking about the follow through, lengthening the stroke. So it all starts adding up, right? Like we start talking about the feet moving, the breath, relaxing the hands. So we start getting this nice loose stroke all the way through. I'm confident if you start focusing on these 4 aspects, you're going to start finding optimal performance.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really want you to improve your tennis game. The problem is I don't really know anything about you or your skill level. So what I want you to do, click the button below, answer a couple of quick questions for me about your game. I'm then going to send you custom tailored content with things that you specifically need to be working on to improve your game. Just click the button below, answer a couple of questions, and I'll do the rest.